idea that GIANTX were seeing.
I wonder if there was any world there where the Amumu was a flex, because it used to be played as support as a hard engaged champion. But honestly, it's just a tank for Juhan, I feel like. An AP jungle tank to go with the mixed damage of the Tristana.
Juhan making his way to the top side here, though. The Antonio's quite far pushed in. Oscarinin won't get this collapse before Juhan's here.
Ooh. Dodges as well, he gets grass, that's a good trade. Antonio is going to get the knock-up as well. A great searing charger, bellows breath, a bandage toss, and wait for the first blood. Great timing, Juhan.
There's a huge amount of CC that can come your way, and kind of one get-out-of-jail-free card doesn't really cut it in this.
Nice little bit of macro coming in from GIANTX there. You see the Antonio securing a wave crash and then shifting down towards mid lane to guarantee...
A group of people up there before that forced Oscarinin towards the turret, but he's doing well. There's now Fnatic trying to do well here too. There's the Weaver's Wall. Juhan's going to get locked in place. He's got a curse of the Sad Mummy. He pops it and he flips over. It hits two and makes a quick trade. But guess who's here to benefit? Jackies picks up the kill versus Razork. Great for GIANTX, also getting the flash.
Bot lane up to this top side. Try and play for a couple of those plates before they disappear and just use the fact that we have an advantage. But now TP coming in behind Fnatic.
Deep. Jackie's there, not spotted yet. He gets ulted, but he buffers onto Humanoid, gets the rocket damage down. And Patrik roamed up for that. I mean,
and that play with the teleport, really nice.
Well, at least in the meantime, Fnatic aren't trading for nothing, right? They're not losing anything for something, as Jun might be caught out, as I say. That quickness is there. Weaver's Wall zones off nothing. It just gets Humanoid a little bit closer, but Juhan gets two-man ulti. A double TP erupts in the topside jungle. The Antonio's here first, but he's taken so much damage as Oscar in a choke is doing work. The Call of the Forge God does more, though, and Jackies cleans it up. Oscar had a great idea, but no one from Fnatic was ready to go in. As over the wall, Jun may have made another mistake. He's against the wall. He can't get out. GIANTX looking for the searing charge, gets the flash out of Humanoid. And GIANTX is a five-man crew. Yes, they're so low, but they've gotten more so far. The mess continues, and Dagda, get ready for this one. We're going to need a bib. Humanoid takes down the Antonio, and Fnatic fight back.
The extended play evens out the score, but at the start...
Also, Fnatic willing to kind of re-engage and find that pick, commit flashes too. So I think a really intelligent point is that this comp still feels like it revolves a lot around Juhan as he gets the dragon here. Look, GIANTX grubs have really started to rule. Remember when we came in and we're like, Void grubs are okay.
Yeah.
Then they buffed it to make more lights, and maybe now it's going to be better. He's stuck on the spot. He can W over after flashing, but I mean, Razork, all we need is a cooldown and a grand entrance at that as well. A shutdown to Humanoid. Dagda, don't say it.
Structures, especially with Dragon now in a minute's time, it feels like GIANTX with Jackie's now in a position to push in top, can contest first, but here...
Yeah, let's see if it hurts them. I mean, this is a pinch. Look at the Weaver's Wall. They can only go up, and Ignar's against the wall as he comes on in. The quickness brings them together. No one won't get a route back, though, but Oscar's position is so damn handy. Onto Patrik, he can't move. He has to flush over the wall for Juhan. A one-man ulti brings it back as a two-man knockup from Antonio brings it around. The top laner of GIANTX probably saved the rest of that play from being...
That is the question. There's a lot of threats to worry about. This three-man core of the Taliyah, Sejuani, Rakan has so much CC potential.
Call the Forge God starts it off onto Oscarinin, and the Call the Forge God's in the backline instead. Oscar takes up a lot of damage with the charge. Antonio, he debuts in a big way. The feathers fly out, but GIANTX already have the pick. Fnatic are scent packing, and man, I swear, this guy has gone from zero to hero this split, and I just love the story.
And it's a huge ultimate in that choke in the river.
Has been, hey, yes, we can find this engage, but we're not really thinking about how our carries can be set up to follow up.
Right.
Speaking of, Razork.
Yeah, he's isolated, but he's got members nearby. Juhan thinking about using the ult, but he walks through as he gets ulted himself. He might have to pop it now. There's the Weaver's Wall following through. Juhan gets zoned away. The difference is Antonio's here on the counter play, gets the Ornn Forge God set on up as a searing charge with a pillar out. His goal, but Juhan flies in and makes them weep, but a route back is great. Now Fnatic can play front to back. A counter after counter after a counter, and Fnatic have stopped counting with the play one.
This time GIANTX throw everything onto the tanks.
I think it's an item check-in time, right? We've got 3 items here on Jackie's, importantly. On the Tristana is, no, don't do it again! Jackie, stop it! On a ward, he spotted out, he continues to back, he gets the ult. Maybe it's a bait as Razork has to push back instead. This time, we were lured in. Jackie's can reposition here as Call the Forge God from downtown layers up, and Jun's in trouble, Noah's in trouble. The bandage shots brings big trouble, and a shutdown goes to the Antonio, while in the backline, Ignar just rolls in and has thunderous blows for a cow. I mean, I'm sorry, Jackies, that time you baited me in hard.
Sometimes you should ask, not can I, but should I? And Razork has not done that this game. Goes and tries to engage on the Jackies, but Aragon, you said it, there is no follow-up there from the rest of the team.
They're trying to utilize the Sejuani engage plus the global Taliyah to jump on it.
Dragon though, how close can Fnatic bring it? Because again, this would be soul for GIANTX. With this composition, they need to stop it.
Walking in through this choke is kind of difficult.
Jackie's caught out. Is he dead? Yes, he is. There's the shutdown. Fnatic open up with a bang, and GIANTX have to wonder where it went wrong. Juhan dead as well. I mean, that is a mistake you can't make.
That ward over there doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Trying to walk through that choke point.
Remember, GIANTX have the Baron, so it makes it harder to push, but with that pick off Fnatic, they've got a bit of tempo in their stride.
They're trying to just cut them away from the...
He can bomb through it. Ulti's going to come through. The Antonio looking for the knockup. He does find it underneath turret. Knocks Juhan a second time through the loop. He doesn't get tagged away as Razork over the wall once again, but the turret still standing. It depends how much time GIANTX have as Juhan needs to get out of there quick smart, but the turret still forces Patrik off the back end. Some star power.
Which is
that's a water slide.
Bolstering 20 degrees sometimes.
Well,
yeah.
Look, you might not be used to it, but that's,
yeah.
it's a roller coaster. It's like a water slide, you know? Yeah. And for me, I feel like it's going to get real sloppy as now Fnatic try to pick onto Ignar. They force out the ulti, but the Amumu ult sets it up, but no one's there. Antonio gets his ult a little bit later, but Ignar now has to flash away. They rely on Patrik and Jackie to hit it up as the Antonio gets some flashes out in the meantime. A couple of summoners from Fnatic used, no flashes, but a cleanse, a heal, but still an ultra win here as they consider to set up again. Ignar, brother, what are we doing? Okay, well, that is grade A Wagyu beef.
And the entirety of Juhan's Champions kit, Amumu, is countered by Noah's cleanse spell. He engages, doesn't...
Well, but you got a cleanse available too. I know that's down for the time being, but another tool added into the kit as Fnatic have really grasped back this game, it feels like. Dragon feels a lot more competitive. The ults feel competitive from Razork as he sends it out again, gets some AoE damage onto Patrik, but Ignar with the reignite, the reset-up, gives Antonio a target. Curse of the Sad Mummy as well onto Oscar. He can't move either. Onto the Antonio Razork. It's an Ornn. What are we doing there? Fnatic lose it all, and GIANTX are blowing my mind a bit.
GIANTX, they decide we can't dive the Xayah. Let's just...
You know, we just keep pulling them in from like the enemy fountain as Baron stuff.
But now GIANTX, they got the Dragon, that's soul. They get the Baron, and they'll be able to set themselves up significantly better. Try and sync up these waves though, because at the moment it's become very easy for Fnatic to kind of bounce back and forth between the two. The Antonio now on this top side. I was going to say Fnatic should be able to walk over, so there's no real wave on bot, but they're going to just give up mid. Juhan tries to engage onto Oscarinin, but just going to get a bit of poke.
Ignar?
Oh, the dive underneath. Hang on, Ignar jumps on in. GIANTX, so he's tanking up again. Mountain Dragon helps out, and Juhan's ult helps more. In their opening game of playoffs, they've taken down Fnatic. I mean, GIANTX, bigger than we thought, better than we thought. Fnatic out of options, it seems. There's 5 members with the Baron buff look to go in, and Juhan gets another rune in. Hang on, mate. Hang on, brother. Hold your horses. That's a bit too far. Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't matter. You know what? Juhan, do it again.
They could just hit the towers.
They can just do it. Look at them. Oh, the blow up as well. That's all they need. GIANTX. I doubted. We doubted. But that is a brilliant way to enter playoffs.
And things got a little bit dicey around the mid game for GIANTX, but it doesn't matter. All it took was that one team fight at the Fort Dragon, secure the soul, and they just stat check with that frontal bag.
And so often they're able to just catch Fnatic out where they miss position for a team fight. Think back to that Dragon where GIANTX just using that choke point so effectively, playing to the strengths of the composition, and they find themselves now up